By Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson and the Adahi Tano program. Cars Plus, home of Guam's first and only lifetime limited powertrain warranty. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurants, always open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Starting now on Primetime, in her Facebook Live update, the governor responds to a viral message from business owners. Plus, the government met with her recovery advisory panel discussing options as pressure from the business community mounts. And the Salvation Army is asking for donations with record numbers of families seeking assistance during the COVID crisis. Good evening, friends, and Hafaday. I'm Jason Salas. A special greeting and Hafaday to all of our online viewers on Facebook Live. We are going to tell you everything that happened at home today, but first, we pay homage to, again, some of our island's frontline heroes.
Hafaday, we are with the Guam Air National Guard. We are proud to serve the people of Guam. We're in this together. You can help us fight this battle, so please.
Wash your hands. Stay home.
And we will, of course, thank and say si Duus Masi to each and every one of our island's frontline heroes. We sincerely have appreciation for all of you do for keeping each and every one of us safe. Now to your headlines. A message from an upset business owner went viral in the hopes of getting to the ear of the governor. KUAM's Adriana Cotero read the message directly to our island's chief executive during her press briefing yesterday and asking for her reaction. And today, the island's Magahaga had a response to that business person.
I was asked yesterday at our press conference about my comments and my response to a letter from a Guam business owner.
There is a message being circulated, and I would like to get your response and reaction to it on behalf of the community. So I'm just going to read it out loud. It's a little long, but I'll read it to you. So it says, "Dear Governor, while I live on the same island as you, I feel a world away. You asked us to help you. We did. You asked us to close our business. We did. You asked us to stay home. We did. You asked us to continue to stay at home. We are. So here I am at home waiting."
The Guam business owner went on to address Governor Lou Leon Guerrero and says, quote, "You told us don't worry, unemployment will come. It hasn't. You told us don't worry, grants are coming. They haven't. You told us don't worry, forgivable loans are coming. They haven't. You told us don't worry, stimulus money is coming. It hasn't." Unquote. Further asking on behalf of fellow small business owners, self-employed, and independent contractors when the unemployment portal will open, when loans will be approved, and where are the stimulus checks. Requesting answers and for Governor to, quote, "do her part."
It is an inconceivable expectation to close unessential business, halting all income, and expect us to survive. We need to pay our bills and put food on the table. Without immediate action, you are leaving us no options. How are we to survive? We deserve an answer. You owe us answers. Coming soon is no longer acceptable.
In responding during the press conference, the governor took a defensive tone and said she is being responsible and went on to explain early COVID response actions. Governor added that PPP loans are here, with 502 businesses approved. She further said she is just as frustrated with federal grant delays.
I want to assure the public that, I am not sitting and not doing anything for our people. I'm working very hard with what our local programs are. I'm working very hard with whatever local monies I can. We have also expediting our tax refunds out there. So to say that, I'm not doing anything, I don't think it's a fair characterization of what this administration has been doing.
Today, the governor canceled her daily press briefing. However, she had a formal response in defense to the letter to present what her administration has been doing in their efforts on a recovery plan to be presented in the next few days.
I know that some people think becoming governor gives you the power to make everything better with the wave of a wand, but that is not true. No matter how fast we work to submit our paperwork, we can only work as fast as the federal bureaucracy allows. That frustrates me more with every day that passes. And I am angry that you are made to suffer.
And this suffering comes with the fight to stay alive. This is the message Governor concludes with.
But here's what you need to know. The virus kills and will kill many more of us. We must continue to prioritize the health of our people. We lost 5 loved ones to this virus,
and the world lost many more. I won't let their sacrifice be for nothing. My goal is to get Guam working again, but to keep Guam safe while doing it. I've heard you, and whether you agree with my decisions or not, I am glad you are alive to hear me.
You can view the governor's full response on KUAM.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Adriana Cotero.
And we're going to stay with the executive branch as Adelup says the governor's emergency declaration scheduled to end on Tuesday is likely to be extended. But a gradual reopening of non-essential businesses and government services may be allowed while other mandates remain in place. The island's chief executive canceled her regular daily briefing online today, meeting instead with her recovery advisory panel to discuss her options.
In the next few days, I will present a recovery plan that will start returning our lives to some normalcy. It was worked on by medical and public health professionals, the business community, and government agencies like GITA and GVB. My goal is to get Guam working again, but to keep Guam safe while doing it.
The governor is under growing pressure from the business community to reopen the economy. The Chamber of Commerce has put together an economic recovery plan that proposes a gradual phase-in of non-essential businesses and government services over 3 weeks until both the private and public sectors are fully operational. Chamber President Catherine Castro.
Our proposal is based on, recommendations from the White House, recommendations from the U.S. Chamber. I don't think that there will be a lot of differences. I think where the differences will fall will be in the phases and what determines those phases, what dates those are.
The Chamber had proposed an aggressive plan to start as early as May 5th, which was the end date of the governor's emergency order issued in April. And while that no longer appears likely, the business community remains prepared.
We respect, the authority, and we respectfully submitted the plan, and we're ready. I feel like our businesses, they know what to do. I mean, we've seen that it works. We've seen it at Payless. We've seen it at all of these other places.
Strict adherence to social distancing and sanitation protocols will be required in all phases of any recovery plan.
We understand the health implications. We have been abiding by the executive orders, and this is it. This is our proposal, and we will continue to press and see where we're going to go.
The governor has repeatedly said that so long as the infection data remains favorable, restrictions will be gradually lifted. Meanwhile, in its plan summary, the chamber wrote, "As a great number of us sit at the edge of our seat waiting for the go signal, we all recognize the decision is based on the health and safety of the community."
The business community is ready. We want to have our people employed. We want to bolster people's spirits, and it's important in our community.
The go signal, though, will be up to the governor.
Whether you agree with my decisions or not, I am glad you are alive to hear me.
For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Now, regionally, government and private sector leaders in the northern Marianas are convening to respond to the economic challenges as a result of the COVID crisis. KUAM's Tomas Manglotnia reports from Saipan.
A sign of trying times, heads of all three branches of government convene over Zoom to face the fiscal crisis.
We also must be willing to let go of our individual self-interest for ourselves, or organizations, or our branches. This is an unprecedented event to tackle an unprecedented challenges.
Governor Torres virtually flanked by NMI leaders addressing over 190 participants online, the Senate President striking a similar tone.
We must put politics aside and strive to reform government to be efficient and effective.
NMI Supreme Court Chief Justice Alexandro Castro made a passionate plea to preserve the court's crucial role.
The recent budget cut of 48% pierces the heart of the judiciary's independence, as it effectively shuts down the third branch of government on Rota, Tinian, and Saipan.
President of the Saipan Chamber of Commerce, Velma Palacios, echoes the concerns of the private sector.
The private sector cannot alone be looked at as the solution. Using businesses as the purse strings, taxing and fining them every time there is a government expenditure shortfall will not lead to economic stability.
As the crisis shakes the region, many NMI residents also looking for that same stability. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Tomas Maglona.
Tomas also adds that as of April 23rd, the CNMI has 14 confirmed cases of coronavirus, including a pair of deaths and 11 recoveries. Nationally, the commander-in-chief says that he'll sign a bill to replenish the Paycheck protection program after the House passed the measure. Natalie Brand is at the White House with the very latest.
At the daily briefing, the Department of Homeland Security presented a federal study that suggests coronavirus is weakened by exposure to sunlight, heat, and humidity.
Our most striking observation to date is the powerful effect that solar light appears to have on killing the virus, both surfaces and in the air.
The bill is passed.
Over on Capitol Hill, the House passed a nearly $500 billion economic package to replenish the Paycheck Protection Program and give additional money to hospitals and COVID-19 testing.
We're very pleased with the vote, 388 to 5.
Lawmakers also voted to create a special subcommittee to oversee the Trump administration's coronavirus response.
With more money now headed to the Paycheck Protection Program, the Treasury Department issued new guidance intended to crack down on big publicly traded companies accessing the loans not intended for them.
Large businesses have sent funds back to us, and in some cases I stopped funds, either they're not gone out or we've renegotiated it and they're not getting them.
The Treasury Department now warns large companies that took loans but don't meet the guidelines need to pay them back by May 7th. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Now, speaking of the federal government, the Guam Department of Labor is still waiting for Uncle Sam to approve the application so that local displaced workers can start applying for unemployment assistance. For the time being, Department of Labor Director David De La Sola says he's still working on the computer modules so that when they get the green light, they can proceed immediately. We reported that Guam has been approved for pandemic unemployment assistance of $345 weekly for 39 weeks, with an additional $600 in federal pandemic unemployment compensation to be paid only between the April and July time period. After that point, it will revert back to $345 weekly. De La Sola says he's been receiving concerns from local businesses.
Some business says once this program kicks and they're getting $945, that their employees don't want to come back, or they may not want to come back. I will just have to say this. In order to qualify for my program, you have to be unemployed because of the COVID. And it has to be because like your business is closed or something like that. If your employer calls you back and you don't want to go back, then you automatically become unqualified from that period on. Mm-hmm. And if you're getting any other assistance, like the PPP program, if your employer gets that money and is paying you now, for your wages, then you don't qualify for my program. You can't be double dipping. You can't be getting other federal assistance and qualify for my program.
De La Sola could not say when the unemployment assistance would be ready for local residents because he's held hostage to the approvals of the feds. Nurses from the Department of Public Health and other news continued their canvassing in Estumbo in Dededo today to pre-screen individuals for their pilot community testing project set to get underway on Saturday. Our next report is with Sabrina Salas Metanani.
A new trajectory and a new mission to search and destroy COVID.
Instead of them coming to our doctors or our clinics, we go out and find them and reach out to them.
Leading the charge, Public Health Director Linda Pinco Denorsi, who says over the past 2 days, they've been gathering their intel in preparation to test at least 100 residents.
I have the opportunity to visit them because we did a walkthrough yesterday with all our collaborating partners, federal, local, and private.
Since Thursday, public health nurses have been pre-screening residents in Sagan-Lanadzen and Lower Estumbo. Those with mild COVID-19 symptoms were given passes for testing on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon at the Estumbo gym. According to Public Health's dashboard, there are a total of 42 confirmed COVID cases in Dededo, with 37 released to isolation. Out of the total 140 confirmed cases, as of today, 47% are Chamorro, 40% Filipino, while almost 13% is from other ethnic backgrounds. DeNorcy says Dededo makes for an ideal location to start community testing.
As you know, Dededo is a very densely populated village, and so we know that the ethnic distribution of that area is really diverse. So it's not just Chamorros, we also have FSM, we have Filipinos, we have practically every ethnic representation. And so what we want to do is we want to hit those areas.
Saturday's testing is on a voluntary basis. Additionally, residents who are bedridden or disabled, Public Health will test them at home. Residents must wear a mask in the drive-through or walk-in lines. The goal is to test as many people as possible to determine how widespread COVID might be in the community. Saturday's pilot project is only for residents around Estumbo. However, if you are experiencing symptoms related to COVID, you're urged to immediately contact your private physician. If you don't have one, you're urged to call Public Health's regional health centers to get tested. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas, Matinani.
Thanks so much, Bree. Also tonight, as of today, 100% of the sailors aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt have been tested for COVID-19, with 840 shipmates testing positive and more than 4,000 negative results. It's a small number of results still pending. Of the total cases, 88 sailors have recovered and better than 4,200 sailors have been moved ashore. 4 shipmates assigned are in the Naval Hospital Guam being treated for coronavirus symptoms. None of the sailors hospitalized for COVID-19 are in the ICU. Please stay with us, keep watching, and keep streaming because Prime Time will continue right after these messages.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens, it's a beautiful day. We rely on the people we trust, it's a beautiful, who we can always count on. And to the ones who give us the most care throughout the years. Rely on Calvo's Select Care to give you the comfort and security you need wherever you are. Calvo's Select Care, health care that's always there for you.